like we're off to the races here. So sorry about earlier there, folks. I had an earlier stream going where we were reorganizing the greenhouse today. So that got done. So that's pretty cool. Look a little hazy today. I wonder if maybe just see some real quick. Oh yeah, it looks hazy on you there. Sorry about that. So just a little maintenance on the old maintenance on there. So good. So anyways, we've got 3 transplants to do today. I've got 4 tomato plants that need to get transplanted, along with 3 lavender plants. And the redhead, she likes lavender, so I want to make sure I do these things right. So with that, if you're just joining us here, you haven't been here before, what's going on here, just kind of filling in today. As you can see, insulation is off of the greenhouse. We are now in late spring, summer mode in the greenhouse. So all the insulation's off. And the shelves have moved from the far side basically to the near side. And this is my south side, right? South side. So all my plants can work on getting a little bit more direct sunlight. They've, up until basically this time of year, I don't like to have a lot of direct sunlight on the plants if I can help it. But they're at this point now where during the day, when it's nicer out here, I want to be able to pop the vents off, let some wind blowing through here so I don't have to be running the fan as much. The fan's been going like crazy. But also, though, I'm not as worried about frost anymore. Probably have maybe 3 or 4 more days where that'll be a concern, but I've got the heater in here and it'll be kicking. So if you haven't joined any of our streams before, welcome. Ryan Howe. I come out here on the afternoons, work in my greenhouse. I work on my yard, work on different things up my garden as well. So if you like to come and watch an old dude work around his greenhouse, his garden, do different house things, stick around for a while. Give us a subscribe. Good to see you. So thank you for the hearts. I appreciate that. If you subscribe, be sure to subscribe. Also hit the notification bell. Super important. So that way you get notified whenever I come on and can come hang out with me while we're doing this. So I've got 7 plants to transplant today. Again, it's 4 cute tomato plants, and then I got some lavender for the redhead that she wants done. So again, if you haven't been here before, there's the methodology for transplanting is the same as for starting your seeds as well. We always pre-moisten our water ahead, our soil ahead of time. Just get in there, give it a good soak. Again, your potting soil, your seed starting mix is not very hygroscopic. It does not like to soak up water. So we just get in there and get the water directly into it. Give yourself a little bit of head start to get some of that water in there. Your plants are going to be very thankful for that. And if dumping water and digging around the dirt isn't your thing, gardening may not be for you. Just FYI, because this stuff will soak up the water pretty quickly, and you end up with a little bit of a mess here. But I mean, get to play in the dirt. Come on, can't beat that. That's good stuff there. So I'll tell you, it's I will say this much though. When I had the insulation up, I want to say this here. I didn't feel like I lived in a glass house where everybody could look at. But now I'm looking around. I got my neighbor's house over here, got neighbors over there. Everybody walking by. Of course, nobody's gonna be able to see me back here through my garden, but yeah, it's definitely a little bit got that openness is there again. So again, says the guy who's literally broadcasting live on YouTube to all sorts of folks right now. But anyways, well, I hope everybody had a good week. Hope you have some good plans for the weekend. Get a chance to get out and enjoy some. Hopefully, have good weather lined up for you. That's the piece there. All right, so let's get this first bit going here. So I got my tomatoes here that I want to get transplanted. And the first one we're going to go is going to be this one here. Now this is a excuse me. Let me get this little guy out of there. This is basically a big boy hybrid. These are slicing tomatoes that'll be coming out, and it's indeterminate. So again, just a reminder for those that don't know, your tomato varieties. Tomatoes, they come in basically 2 different type of varieties, which are going to be your determinate, which they're more of a bush. They grow up to a certain height, they fruit, and they're done. That's it. And then there's your indeterminate, which means they grow to an indeterminate size. So what's nice about that indeterminate These here, as long as you keep them supported and watered and they don't freeze, they'll just keep on growing for you, which is good stuff. Oh, this has got a rip in it. Oh, you had a good life, buddy. Put you over here for right now. Make sure I don't get that one mixed up again. But luckily, with my my plants from out front, my phlox that I have, it's a creeping, it's a ground hugging bush that I have out front. It's flowering right now, so I have plenty of basically plenty of containers from them because I put those all around up front. They're filling out great right now. So, all right, now with this one, I'm a little worried about this because it wasn't that it was leggy, but there we go. Cool. Came on one nice shot here. So, see what we got here. Plenty of roots in there. Plenty of good rootstock. But I'm actually gonna bury this guy a little bit deeper than it was in there because that stem seems like it's a little bit weak / I don't like how leggy it looks. It's not leggy, but it's pretty darn close. So what you can do with them, you just bury them up over the area where it's a little bit weak, and that's fine. All right. There's one. All right. Got our first one in. And again, one of the things that I do here, you'll hear me talk about is I do my transplants in the afternoon on purpose. I try not to do. I don't transplant in the morning. It's because on your transplants, when you put your new plants in there, they need like a dark cycle, so they need to be like darker in the morning, like overnight, in order for them. And it lets them rest. And the difference when you'll ever see on a transplant from when you put them in, basically between you first put them in there and then overnight, it's the difference is marked. Like they are like a whole new plant. They go to sleep looking all wilty and like sad sometimes, but when you come around, they're just in a better spot. So again, for anybody who was watching earlier, again, I apologize for having to get off the stream. I had a client call, and as I've mentioned before, my job is a business coach. So I have client work throughout the day, and then I usually schedule it so I'm done, I want to say early in the afternoon, so I can come out here and do some work in the garden. But I offer concierge service, and they call me anytime they need me. And I had somebody call; they needed my help, so we got on the phone. Took us a little while. We got through some stuff, and now I'm back at it again. There's our next one, ready to go. Cool, doing good there. All right. Tell you the greenhouse looks, it's like with anything. I want to say spring cleaning, but I had to do a little spring cleaning here, so I thought that went well. Did good there. Thank you for the hearts. I appreciate it. But anyways, did some spring cleaning in here today, which was definitely needed. Again, where I had to swap everything out. I had to take down all of the insulation that's at time. Again, that insulation is only temporary. I will be putting some permanent insulation in here, and actually I'm going to be putting some OSB, some plywood in around the basically around the exterior walls here in certain spots. I'm going to try to run this greenhouse as close to year round as I can going forward. And again, where we're at we're up in northern Michigan, so most of the time I got the sun just coming through this one spot here. Obviously on the side here where I got some more my glass in it does bring in lots of sunlight as well. But during the winter months, I'm only getting sunlight in basically just a little swath there. So it doesn't really do me any good to have no insulation on this north side because you never get any light coming through this. It's only diffused light, right, from everything else. There's that one. And then also down lower, there's no light comes in there. So what I'm doing is putting styrofoam and OSB against the end wall, against this end wall, including the door over here, along this whole side here. And then I'm going to make basically a way to cover this up in the winter months. So during the summer, this can be permanent down around here, those areas minus this. And then during the winter months, I'll have where I can have a temporary put this up, and then off along this side here. So I just have light coming in this one area. So again, just so I can have some fresh lettuce growing out here, some spinach, you know, the brassicas, things like that, where I can keep the temperature warm enough, they'll still do their thing. But also where with the warming pads, you know, I keep things pretty, you know, keep things pretty toasty, even some germinate and start some new stuff there as well. So I'm gonna see what I can do to try to be a year-round producer of calories in this greenhouse. And I'm not holding my breath, but I do want to give it a shot though. But so tomorrow on the channel, you get to watch me, depending on the weather. If it's rainy and yuck, I will be painting my bathroom, our guest bathroom. Now I am going to be priming it. Basically, I already painted it once. I picked out a yellow that for the bathroom that, long story short, is a little bit more mustard yellow than I thought it was going to be. So kind of looks like a Heinz disaster in the bathroom right now. So all right, here, got those tomatoes. Those are done. So those 4 are finis. We're good there. And you get some more potting soil in here. So again, best known method, right? Whenever we're doing potting soil or seed starting mix, we're going to put it into a bucket. We're going to toss it in a bucket here, and then we're going to pre-water it. Okay, because we all know this stuff does not like to soak up water. It just sits there, right, and does that ponding on top. So we're just going to dump a boatload of water in first, and then we're going to mix it in. Get it to absorb that water this way. Be a little physical with it. So this way, we're not as concerned about, you know, we got to go and water it and like, oh crap, we're going to be, if it's, you know, especially when you're doing seeds, you know, when you're germinating seeds, one of the biggest worries you have is you're going to, you water and you float your seeds, right? Or you have them buried to the right depth, but the water comes in and screws it all up, right? You know what I'm talking about. So just pre-moisten your soil, and it's not an issue. So all right. Also coming up the first Saturday in, oh God, I don't even remember. I think since January, maybe? Yeah, it's got to be January, since I haven't had to work. It hasn't been like it's been a terrible amount of work either. I'm not complaining. But like I had my radio program that I had for almost the last year now, that, you know, I was going in every single Saturday, interviewing leaders from in and around West Michigan. The program is called Leading West Michigan. But this is my first time in a while where I haven't had to do that. So get to spend some quality time with the redhead, you know, Bed Bath & Beyond if we have time, that sort of thing. I'm just joking, but, you know, we might go get breakfast. There's all sorts of things we might do. So it's just kind of nice. Be able to have a Saturday that I can just, you know, it's going to be mine for a while. And the reason I stopped doing the radio program was because I have clients that need me available on Saturdays, which again, that's perfectly fine. That's a great problem to have. But it's a live program on Saturdays. So if I can't ask my clients to hold off their work until 10 o'clock. All right, so there's the lavender up doing its thing. Yep, smells like lavender. Whew, sure does. Woof. All right, got a couple more to do here. Then work on cleaning up a little bit. We'll just pop a little tag right back in there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting this Saturday. Now, I think it's supposed to be raining tomorrow. I kind of hope it isn't, because I do want to get my trailer taken care of. That'll be kind of important to get the bottom and the sides put on that thing. I've got some, you know, I got to pick up a little bit more extra OSB and some styrofoam too, but some insulation. All right, so here's the lavender. Yeah, right here, living its best life, looking good. Just giving them a little bit more room to breathe here until I can transplant them. I just gotta, you know, so these are going into the ground. These are going to be permanent additions to how homestead. Lavender is a perennial. It'll keep coming back. Just dies down in the winter. Got to cut it back and it'll come back. So we definitely want to have that around. Plus, obviously it smells good. You can take, cut it out, use it for those essential oil thingies and whatnot. So there's my lavender. Oh man, that smells good. Also, use it for cooking if you want as well. Lots of goodness there. All right. I love the fact that I just swept this all out, got it all clean and wonderful in here, just in time to turn around and basically repot some stuff, transplant it to get dirt all over the floor again. So good stuff. I may actually do one more. I think I want to get this rosemary, my little rosemary dude, into another pot here. So again, if y'all haven't been on here before, welcome. My name is Ryan Howe. I'm a business coach, but in the afternoons I come out, work in my greenhouse, work out in the garden, do stuff around the yard. We just kind of hang out here, talk about gardening stuff. It's a lot of fun. So if you haven't been here before, hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so you can. Hey, what's up? What's up, Renee H? Say hi to the redhead, everybody. Yeah, you should definitely be sticking around to watch this here. So, but yeah, no, be sure to hit that subscribe button and that notification bell so you can see me go live. Also, again, last week I went out and got some morel mushrooms. The redhead, she hadn't had them before, so I was live while we were out hunting, showing people some of the different mushrooms that are in and around. Some of the ones that are very deadly, some of the ones that are not so deadly. We even found one. We were even able to find a morel on stream. I'd already gotten 40 of them, but it was nice to be able to go and actually show one on screen for folks. So, but right now, I just transplanted. Well, today has been a little bit busy, so I had my whole greenhouse that we were redoing here. I moved all these shelves. They were on this side. Moved them over here against my south-facing wall. I got all my insulation down, and then basically swapped everything around so that they can be getting more direct sunlight over here. Got all my flowers. Man, they're getting close to being ready to be out here. But end of the day, it's not a bad place to hang out either. We get to hang out with folks like that. Redhead stops by from time to time to let me know I'm doing well. The lavender stuff smells amazing. So get a whole bunch of this around. The wife, she really likes this stuff. So, but yeah. There's also I'm trying to start a subreddit up for anybody that's watching right now. If you go to SBG Life, the subreddit, and I'm hoping people will start posting pictures of like the stuff they have around, the different items that they have as far as gardening wise. They're cool. Anything that they're growing, post it there so we can all kind of go check out the different things that they're growing, because if there's one thing I've found, and I've been learning a lot as I've been doing this more of these live streams. A lot of you have these really cool ideas for how to grow things, different ways to present them. So I'd love to be able to see those. There we go. That lavender living its best life. Okay. So we are going to do one more here. Yeah, Red, when I'm done here, I'll get in, I'll hit a shower. We'll go get some dinner tonight or something if you're okay with that. I mean, we don't have to, but if you're interested, I think we can go get some dinner. But all right, yeah, I got one more. I want to get that rosemary here. Get this guy in a larger pot here until I can figure out where I want him. I think it'll be good. Oh. There we go. A little bit too much for right now. But yeah, this is good stuff across the board today. Got a lot done. Got a lot done with my clients today too. That was probably one of the best stuff. Had a few client calls, get that stuff squared away. And for me, especially the work that I do, I was able to help out a couple guides as well too. Some rather new people that are new to the job profession. Help them get a little bit better at their work, and that's always a good feeling. And because I know the impact that my job has with people. Be able to, I've been with one client now for a little over 2 years, and just the transformation that's taken place with not just with her, but also with her the folks on our team. They've just grown and they've developed into this really robust team that are really just killing it. Absolutely love it. Feels so good to be able to do that for my clients. Then on the flip side here, you get to hang out, do stuff like this. Hey, check it out. There's rosemary growing in a little pot there. Oh, sounds like Bonnie heard me. Bonnie's my dog. She likes to bark a lot. It's like her favorite thing ever. So cool. Let's see if there's anybody else that needs transplanted while I'm here right now, since I'm in the vicinity. Wait a minute. Ooh, you know what? I think I'm going to transplant these yellow squash while I'm thinking about it. So we're going to do a little bit more transplanting here. And just to show you the difference it makes between transplanting and not transplanting. That wind got a little kick in there. I'll bring it up. Actually, I'll bring you guys over here to be able to see why we do our transplanting when we do it. I'll plug this for a second. Come here, you. There you go. So this one right here, that is the same age as this zucchini right here. All right, that's the difference transplanting makes. You give them a little bit room to grow, a little bit room to do their thing, and they take off like that. They need more space. So we're at the point now where my yellow squash, they're about a week behind development-wise on the zucchini. The zucchini literally took off like to the races. They've gotten huge. So they're gonna over there. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4 yellow squash I've got to do. So we need more potting soil, which means we get to go through the process of pre-moistening our topsoil again. Doesn't get better than that, folks. This is the good stuff. There is something to be said, and you'll hear people saying you absolutely should be sifting your topsoil, and there's a time and a place to do that, for sure. If you have some really, what do I want to say here, delicate seeds, they're going to have a hard time getting started with like all of the, the wood chunks and the larger pieces that are in the if your seed starting mix is a little bit wonky. So don't be afraid to sift. I'm not a big fan of it myself. I've always been able to get stuff to take off, but I have seen some stuff on there where it does make a bit of a difference. So if you're having a difficulty time getting your seeds to germinate properly, what's going on here? There we go. Sorry, I was flipping all over the place because of this cord. Sorry about that. We got a professional camera rig here, so they should be doing better. All right, where was I at? Right here. 3 of these, 4 of these. We'll do 4. So we're going to have summer squash for days, Red. More than we're going to know what to do with. I'm sure Deb will come over and help take some from us. All right, so yeah, get these going here, and then I got to give everybody some water today. We're gonna have a nice. It looks like we're gonna have a decently warm. We got a warm front coming in, so that's pretty good. I'll take that. That'll make for a little bit nicer when it comes to as far as in the greenhouse here. Keep the temperatures pretty much under control. Let's bring these guys down. All right. So you can see here, I've got 1 zucchini, I've got my yellow squash, and these are dwarf sunflowers. They're really pretty, from what everyone tells me. We're gonna have them all over and use them as cut flowers for cut flowers this year. That's what they're for. All right, Mr. Yellow Squash. I'm sure you're good to go. You guys can see the root structure in there. Pretty good for the most part. Now these guys will definitely need the overnight to recuperate, because it's one thing with these type of plants, the squash plants, they don't like being transplanted all that much. They get pretty wimpy. You can see here, be all set. And you can just see the difference that you got here between the way zucchini takes off versus your yellow squash. These are planted at the same time. So again, these ones here, they took an extra 5 days to germinate, so that's why they're a bit behind. However, they're going to catch up in a hurry. I'm not too worried about them. Right now, we're going to place them here because I have testing I'm doing on this next set. This guy from, I can't remember what his name was. Guy from, where is he at? Georgia. We were talking about how my test is going to go up for the support structures for those. I've got some sunflower stalks that I'm using, basically where I'm going to be connecting those on the outside for it rather than inside the pot itself. We're going to be testing to see, because he'll be back checking in with me to see how well it holds up with constant watering. All right, there's my next one. You can see that's a nice root structure in there, living its best life. Yeah, come on over, bud. Yeah, yeah, good stuff across the board here. My strawberries have all come up. Interested to see how I did that. I've got a video, long form video on the channel. If you haven't subscribed, go check it out. I actually show you how to use rootstock to grow your own strawberries at the house and how to set them up for success. So that's pretty cool. They did really well. I'm real happy about that. All right, so we got 2 more yellow squash to go. Now, the yellow squash this year, they're gonna be, I'm gonna train those basically on a set of poles. So we're gonna grow my yellow squash vertical along with my zucchini this year. They're gonna grow straight up rather than let them spread across the ground. Been reading about just how much better that is for yield and also basically to take care of any sort of disease that they might be getting as well. Which, when it comes to yellow squash, yield has never been an issue. Good Lord, I think anybody who's ever grown them, it's like zucchini, same thing. Everybody who's ever grown zucchini, you immediately are trying to find everybody to take some zucchini off your hand, because when they start producing, good Lord, do they produce. All right, so here you can see this guy right here. But again, I just want to try something a little different with the yellow squash here. See how that goes. All right, get a little bit more soil in here for you. Make sure you're good. Press you down. All right, yellow squash doing its thing. Whew. All right, 1 more to go. One more there. Lots of transplanting today. I didn't plan on doing this much, but as I was reorganizing the greenhouse here, I realized I had a bunch of stuff that needed to be transplanted. So it was definitely pushing the boundaries on its current home. So which one do I want? I want this one. We'll go with this guy right here. Here we go. And there we go. Last set of roots you can see right in there. Came in real nice. It'll be a nice bit transplant on this. And then I've a little bit more soil in there. There we go. Find your home. Okay. Let's let these guys grow wild for a little bit, get big and strong, and then by the time, the thing that they don't do well with when it comes to these is the cold weather. They definitely do not like the frost. They do not like cold weather. So we are doing what we can to get these as big as we can. And I'm going to grow some yellow squash, some zucchini, and cucumbers along with tomatoes inside the greenhouse this year. I'm just going to have them growing in here and just call that a day. I think that's going to be the best use of space while I'm waiting for it to be later in the year so I can grow my get my fall stuff started, which again, for the redhead, she'll appreciate, because I'm doing mums. I'm gonna do a whole bunch of mums. I'm not a big fan of mums, but folks around here seem to like mums, so I guess I'll be doing mums. So yeah, that's that. So as I hang tight, I'm gonna go get the hose and we're gonna give everybody a drink here. A little bit of water, and that should do me for today. Where we're at. So I'm gonna water these guys on this here. So I hope everybody's enjoyed on the stream, watching this old dude kind of do his thing. It's been a good day. Love having that we don't have these vents open and get some wind blowing in here. We don't have to have just the fans going nuts, you know. Use up this water that I got right now. Same thing here. I think you got plenty of water. I got plenty of water. You guys got plenty of water. How about this for my tomatoes over here? You guys got plenty of water. And especially with the seedlings, by basically feeding or watering them towards the bottom here, bottom watering. Geez, use your words, Ryan. What it does, it also makes a nice little warm pool of water in here. So overnight, it keeps everybody warm too, even with the other stuff. So, all right, so there's that. So I'm gonna grab the hose, and everyone's gonna get a drink. That needs one. Which is gonna be like everybody over here. So I need to move these seeds here out of there. No seeds in there, no seeds there. Kind of reorganize stuff, and I'm just want to make sure that I don't have anything in the line of fire once I start spraying the water. All right, so those tomatoes are there. I wonder. Yeah, we'll figure it out. I'll be right back. Let me get the hose. One second. Okay. Sorry about that noise there. My bad. But you know, it's the hose. It's going to do what it wants to do here. So I'll tell you, these marigolds have been living their best lives. I can tell you that much. Soaker. That's not what I want. Mist. Let's see. Nope. Shower. Let's see. Yeah, that's closer to what I want. We're bottom feeding, watering right now. These marigolds, my mom, she deadheaded, I think, 1 billion of them last year. So we've been having, that's what I need to do with those. You know, so these are all marigolds. She's only going to take a few of them. The rest of them I'm going to keep around the property here. So this was one of our first experiments with flowers to see if I could, you know, we can be productive with them. And I think it was $3.99. I can't remember what it was, but you know, that's insane for something that you literally just pull the seeds out of the dang flower, and they're there, you know, there for you for the rest of the year. You know, they're not that much. So, all right, gotta do one more thing here. So, other thing that I do as well in here is I basically just keep some pots or some pans of water full pretty much at all times in here, so the humidity stays up at a high level in this place, so that during the winter or during the overnights it doesn't cool down as quick. But also for the plants in Michigan, we go from cold and dry to wet and dry, to wet and cold to hot and humid over the course of about 3 weeks. So the sooner I can get the plants used to hot and humid, the better. So they're gonna learn to thrive in that way. So I'm hoping this type of environment will help my poor lemon plant, or my lemon tree, make it this year. It had a rough year last year. It's kind of a bit of a drama queen. It did a shed, basically it shed everything last year, all of its leaves and everything, and it did it again this year. So I'm hoping, but you know, then a whole bunch of leaves and new stems came out and everything. So or new branches. I'm hoping the same thing will happen this year, but it's definitely a drama queen for sure. Not trying to deal with that too much if I can help it. So, all right, cool. So those are good. So these have already been, as we said. I don't want that. There we go. I think that'll work. Just a light mist on here. Yeah, I'm pretty much down to where now I only have 2 of these basically warming pads going at any time now. Everybody else is, they're pretty good. They're in a good spot, so I'm pretty happy about that. That's a, that's a huge win not to have them going. Again, it doesn't help them in the long run to be able to, shock with transplant out into the garden. But few of my plants have been a little bit fickle this year as I've been figuring out how to grow them here in the greenhouse. So, a little bit that's on me too as well. So, all right. So this guy here is in desperate need of some water. So it's reloading the marigolds here, getting them plenty of water so they can be good. And now we're back to you guys. You got water. Just a light mist for everybody else over here. And what I'm watering over here is my oregano and my cucamelons. That's right, you heard me say that, cucamelons. We're gonna have cucamelons this year growing in the garden. I'm excited about that. Apparently they're like little cucumbers or something. So I didn't even heard them before. I saw them on a TikTok and I was like, well, guess I'm growing those, which is one of the things I love about having the greenhouse. If I decide I want to try to grow something, I pretty much can. I told Redhead I might even try bananas this year. See what I can do there. Not holding out a lot of hope on that, but we'll give it a shot. I had a banana tree. Actually, had a couple of banana trees in my backyard in Guam that just started to fruit as we had to leave due to unfortunate circumstances. So my hope is that whoever moved in after us got to enjoy some delicious bananas from that. So there's that. These guys are good. Okay, last bit is going to be, so in order here, I've got my basil. I got 3 basil. Well, I've got a total of 5 basil plants around here, but right now here, these basil plants, these are my Mexican sunflowers that are getting a nice little shower right now. I've got 9 of these Mexican sunflowers. I'm pretty excited for them. If you look them up, they're, I've never grown them before, but they're perfect for what I'm trying to do around the house, at least aesthetically around the perimeter. They grow into these 5-foot tall, like bushes with 4 to 5 inch wide red sunflowers. Super cool looking. I love it. I love the way that sounds. I think it's going to look pretty nice. We've got a white privacy fence all the way around, so at the different junctions, to be able to throw that in, I think that'll be pretty cool. Pretty excited about that. I think that's going to be pretty sharp. All right, then here, I've got my tomatoes. They've already been pre-moistened, but we're going to hit them with a little bit more water here too, just to make sure that everybody's got plenty to drink today. Stressful day today. They all got transplanted. So give them a little bit extra here. So my tomatoes and then my lavender here. Again, for the red. And then lastly down here I've got cucumbers. Give you a quick look at this here. Pretty cool looking little setup. I got my cucumber set up there. So they're going to be growing up there. And then I've got some tomatoes where this one here, I've already got, basically we're flowering, and then I've got this spot here. So we should be fruiting here, folks, pretty quick. Pretty excited about that. It's going to be pretty okay. I'm excited. Start getting some tomatoes going in here. Got to get this greenhouse producing calories. That's what it's here for. It's not just here for its good looks. I want this thing producing calories. Yeah. But yeah, this has been a full day out here today. I mean, I started before 12, I think. I started 12. Yeah, 12. Maybe it was 11:30 or 12 when I started out here. As far as cleaning out, reorganizing the greenhouse, make sure it looks good, and it's set up for summertime. Super important. All right, lots of water for these guys. Like I say, we're supposed to get a bunch of rain tonight, so that's cool. That'll be helping out in the garden for sure. These guys are all going to be looking forward to having some additional hydration for sure. Okay, the last bits here. I'm just going to give my little sunflower here. I got that gray stripe mammoth sunflower. I started early just because I wanted to see how it would do starting these things early. It hasn't been the happiest camper, but it's okay. Ain't gonna hurt nobody. All right, so that leaves me with this. So I just throw some water around down here. Do some misting. Like I said, I like to keep this place pretty humid in here if I can. So I just got these open things of water. Oop. Okay, so there's that. Let's get you situated. So next up is getting my heater situated in here. I shouldn't have to use my heater this time. Shouldn't be an issue, but I'm prepared just in case. Like I say, we've got we shouldn't be down below 40 for a while here. I think we've got a week or so before we're supposed to be back down in the 30s. So real simple. It runs really nice here. It's got this little basically little gauge on here where I can just pop it in here, just keep an eye on the temperature in one area, and then it kicks on automatically at when it drops below 40 degrees. So that's pretty good there. There's that. Let me get this stuff inside. Here's my fan. All right, and here's this here. Cool. These guys here. So I've got my wire, which I'll be using tomorrow for some stuff, and then I got some extra shears as well. All right. Let me just go ahead and close up here. Well, it has been. Thank you very much for everybody who came and hung out today. This is, man, I broke the stream up into 2 different versions today, so of course, I mean, I had client work, so that took care of one of the streams got cut off. It would have been one full stream, but I got cut off early due to client work. That's going to happen, got to pay the bills, right? But yeah, no, it's good stuff. And then I'm excited for, like I say, I'm excited to have the greenhouse set up for summer. This is it frankly doesn't get much better than this right now, to be able to have this, have it set up in this way that we're summertime greenhouse is where it's at. I'll tell you that much. So yeah, I think that's it for today. Appreciate y'all stopping by. If you haven't, feel free to subscribe. If you do subscribe, make sure you hit that notification bell. That way you can get notified whenever I come live, because I do come live basically on shorts. Basically every afternoon, best of my ability, usually around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Do some work in the garden, do some work in the greenhouse. Yeah, so that's that. So thank you very much for everybody swung by. Take care, and I will see you next stream.